Yo, I'm Micks Mowers and welcome to my channel. In today's video, picked myself up three little tiny Hayter spirits, Hayter sprites off of the internet and various selling sites. The first one I picked up is this one here, which is a Hayter 41 auto drive one, and this is a failing to start machine. Briggs & Stratton classic engine on top, so there shouldn't be too much drama for that. The bloke said he left the field in over winter, I believe. He wants a new pull cord because the pull cord has since snapped, but he tied a knot in it, so that's good. So that one shouldn't be too much drama. Quick little tidy up, and that one should be good to go. The second one, I picked this up from a place in Hook from a lady called Laura. I believe it was being sold because the deck underneath has a slight damage part to it. I think it's the other side. I'll be showing in the video. This side here, it's got a bit of damage to the deck where the deck is loose. But I'm hoping just to JB weld that, put the screw back in, and then hopefully that'll be good to go. I don't even know if this one starts actually, but I think they sold it as a spares or repair machine. There's no fuel in the machine. It's an overhead valve Briggs E-Series engine, but quite a tight little machine if I can sort that out. But however, when I looked at it, she didn't actually realise, but it's actually got another defect, which is the front bouncing on this machine. That's another defect as well, but could be quite a simple fix. So hopefully that one won't take too much drama to sort out. And then the last one, this is one I picked up off my mate Pete Froud. Originally I was going to use the parts off of this to fix one of these two, but looking at the first bouncy front machine, if that doesn't require any parts, then I'm going to do this machine up, and it's got a couple of cracks right in the deck here, and I think there's one on the other side somewhere as well. Might be one just there, just where it's a bit sun perished and what have you. Now those decks are not weight bearing in any way, shape or form because the engines actually sit like a skeleton, a metal skeleton shell on these. So what I'm thinking is, if those two are okay and don't require many parts, then I might take this one completely apart, take the deck off, turn it upside down, plastic weld it, respray the deck, put it all back together, and this machine will look very similar to those two there. So that could be a winner for me. So thank you very much, Pete, for that. I've got to sort the flap out as well because that doesn't return. Just one or two other little niggly bits on this one, but this is more of a project mower to be done up, and this is a 110%, nice little machine. If I can get it to run right and go as it should do. Whilst I was over at Pete's place, I wanted to pick up a short, stubby nosed crankshaft for a Briggs & Stratton to do an engine swap on another machine, which you can't see behind my lovely new fence, which stops Mrs. P from whinging at me because the mowers are taken over. My question is to you, what mowers? Don't have any. So I'm not allowed on this side of the fence to have any mowers apparently, but I'm going to be doing it anyway because this is a nice sort of place for me to do a video. So I can't go inside the shed today. The mower stand is absolutely full of stuff, and the ramp leading into my shop is starting to collapse. So I need to renew that before I break my ankle. So I thought I'd get my little lift table out today and fix the first one, the Briggs & Stratton Classic with auto drive, get that one up and running. And then that way we can get a bit more room inside the shed, get my wrap done over the week, and then I can then go from there. If this is the first time you're watching Micks Mowers and Merman, hit the subscribe button and whack the old bell. Set notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload a video. So without further ado, let's get down dirty and let's get this first Hayter 41 auto drive that isn't running. So to change a pull cord on one of these is super simple, and anyone can do it. I've done hundreds in my lifetime. Just get your pull cord and pull it all the way out. Be careful, these can be a bit sharp here, just be a bit careful. Pull your pull cord all the way out. Hold the inside. Get a pair of long nose pliers, a pair of scissors or a pair of tweezers, whatever you've got. Pull the cord out. Snip it off. Pull the string all the way out, and then keep hold of that string because you want that, because you want the other end of a pull cord a bit later on. Okay, I'm going to give it a couple more twists because he said it actually broke. I want to make sure it's at the right tension, which it wasn't. That's why it whipped me. I'm just going to coil that up. That's about there. You can feel the tension when it's enough. And we're going to go about there. I get my new piece of pull cord. I'll thread it through the hole. And then through the hole on the inside. So with a new bit of cord, thread that in through the hole. It will go, it's just a bit fiddly. It is. Put it through. Tie a one-handed Micks Mowers, the Mower Man knot. I'm running courses on how to tie a Micks Mowers and Mower Man knot. Pull that tight, and then just cut off any excess you may have inside the on the pull cord there. I'm just going to cut mine off about there. That'll be enough. Right, that's a pull cord now. Been resprung. It's got a couple of pulls that goes all the way in. And now, because this is actually going to be going up the top end of the machine, you want to make sure you've got a little bit of slack there to go up the top end, okay? Once that's done, you can then get your three bolts. One, I've only got two. I'll find that one in the magnet tray. Impact. Now these little tiny nuts here, one's got a slightly wider flange on it, and that goes on the exhaust side. It's got to hold the exhaust guard all in together. Make sure it's well seated. Well seated enough there, Mickey boy. What's going on here? That's better. That little tiny guard there has just slipped down. That one in there. That one in there. Let me go and find the other bolt. Let's get my magnet tray to go and find that. I probably just kicked it somewhere. Right, it's a good little trick. Is if you've lost your bolt on the lawn, you get a magnet tray and then just hover around the area, roughly where you think it is. It is. Turn it over. There it is there. Use your magnet tray. So, with that now been found, we can now put the last bolt into the recoil. Let's go over this side here. Just got to make sure I line that up right, because I don't want to pinch anything. Where are we? That's got to go up and forward like that. So that's in place. We can now just divert our attention to the top side of the machine, where the pull cord's actually going to go. Take the cord out of there. It's a beautiful day. Take that out and get rid of that. And then we want to cut this, like I say, just cut it just short, okay? That's where it's going to go. Cut it just short, because you don't want it to be sloppy. And now with these, just give it a little tiny bend right at the end, like that, so it's like an S shape, and then thread it through. And when you thread it through, it will automatically just find its way back out. I'm going to tie two knots in there. This is a two-hander Micks Mowers knot. There's no need for a course for this one. That's in. Pull that up. That's good. We can now operate with dead man's handle. Bring that up to where it needs to be. Grab myself in a 10mm, maybe a 3/8 might fit it. Loosen that one off. And then put the pull cord up into its holder, and then do that little tiny nut back up. Like so. And that's the pull cord on. Put a gas out in the shade. I don't want that getting too warm. So that's the pull cord now done. So we're happy about it. Just want to check the oil now, see what the oil looks like. Right, let's check the old oil. I think Riley boys are going to have a hot tub later on. So we had it out last night for Nana's birthday, and a bit of a party around it last night. Right, let's check the oil. Wipe that off. Quick little dunk in there, see what we're doing. And it is slightly overfilled, not a lot, not a great deal, but the full mark is here and we're here, so we are just a little bit over. So I'm just going to extract a little tiny bit out of there, because that could also be a contributing factor to why the machine is smoking. You may have put too much oil in it. Let's just extract a bit of oil out. So we don't want a lot, just enough to stop it from smoking. There we go. And we'll try about there. I don't want to take too much out. Give it a bit of a clean off to get a decent reading. And go again. So now we're just over 3/4, so what's a little bit added? Just a smidge added. I took out too much, but I'd rather take out too much and then add the right amount. Now, I've got some more oil just the other day. Now I went to, my lord, where did I go? B&Q. B&Q boys should have their heads bowed in shame, because I picked up 1 litre of SAE 30 and it cost me, well, I'll tell you what, without googling it, okay, don't Google it. If you Google it, you're cheating. Just have a guess, put it in the comment section how much you think 1 litre of B&Q oil is. Just guess, don't look it up, because I think if you look it up and give me the right answer, right, I think you're going to be shocked. So don't look it up, no competition, just have a guess. How much is 1 litre of B&Q own brand SAE oil? Just 1 litre. And oh, can't see that. I was shocked and stunned. Right, that's bang on the mark. That's where I need to be. So we've got enough oil now. That's good. To be fair, it's probably cooler outside the shed today than what it is inside the shed today. Right, so pull cord's done. Oil is good. Spark plug works because obviously the machine started up, which I wasn't expecting it to do so. So the bloke said it's got an oil leak and didn't want to start. That's what he said, wasn't it? I made a mistake. Set mistake there. Should put that pull cord through the housing first. There is my DeWalt. So I think the main reason is I think it's been tipped up, and that's why it started playing silly games. Because if they do that with old classics, they don't like being tipped. Tip them up onto their booties. Pip's getting gobby with Mrs. P by the sounds of it. Right. Let's put that back on there. Right, we're happy with that. Just need to put down the recoil cover, which is 1/4. That goes on there. On there. On there. Right. So, plug is actually good, and I don't think it even needs changing. It looks to be like a really, really good plug. I'm not used to working outside, Mick or Mouse, because you lose all your tools, and you always spend half an hour going back into the shed doing it. But as I say, I have got so many machines in here. I've had a right old sort out. I've probably scrapped out about 40 mowers over last week. This whole stuff that just wasn't going to make any good out of each other, or the plug looks really, really oily, but it looks really, really new. So I'm going to put that back in. I'm going to put some fresh fuel in this, take it off the stand. In fact, I could leave it on the stand and run, not a problem. Doesn't make a lot of odds, but it's going to smoke. But two contributing factors here. One is the lawnmower was overfilled with oil. That's number one. So it was smoke because of that. And two, I believe it had been tipped up. So let me grab a clamp to clamp that off so I can run the machine and leave it running. And then we'll fire it up to see what it's actually going to do. And then we'll go from there, shall I? So let me grab a quick clamp. I'll come back to you in 2 seconds. Right, I've got a clamp on the old bale now. So let's give it a run. It's priming so fast. Let's give it a run, see what happens now. So straight away, a bit of black smoke coming out of the exhaust. But hopefully it'll just clear. Once it warms up a touch and the exhaust then starts to get hot and it'll burn that excess oil off. So there it goes, starting to smoke now. So there's the smoke. Now I don't believe it's a head gasket issue. I just think it needs to run. So what I'm going to do is just let that run, I'll keep an eye on it and I'll come back to you in 2 or 3 minutes. There you go, all running. That's been running for about 20 minutes now. On your ball pip. So I've been running for about 20 minutes, no more smoke. Runs lovely. So the reason it was thrown away, or sold, sorry, the reason it was sold was because it was smoking. And it was only smoking because I believe it's either overfilled or because it had been tipped up. They don't like being tipped, it's as simple as that. But now it's had the correct amount of oil put in it, and the oil was good and clean as well. The air filter was really, really good. A little bit of oil on there, but it looks more like someone sprayed it on there from service. So that's really clean and does the job as well. Spark plug's brilliant. Got to sharpen the blade. I want to remove this number 8 H8 off of here as well. Apart from that, she's good to go. New pull cord. Bish bash bosh.